Hey bookworms! We are gonna do our mini museum. I'm so excited about these. I hope you guys love them. Let me scroll out. So here is our little mini museum. I know you guys, some of you watched the book, or I'm sorry, the subscription box opening, but this is the guy we're gonna do today. Hopefully my thing is focused. So we're gonna make our little native bust. I'm going to show you how to do this. It's actually super simple. We're going to keep these simple just because they're so small, but also so that they'll look beautiful displayed. And then we might come up, if you guys have any cool ideas on how to like change these up. I like the black, but if you want to like change it, I know black is like a intense color. These do paint pretty well. I would recommend do like primer or something, but I have just painted this plastic with just acrylic and then sealed afterwards. So this does paint. That's actually, these are the same type of plastic. So this one is not. I ordered it from a friend, but going forward, I actually got myself my own machine. So when I create these, I'll make these from the plastic that the boxes are made from. So this one's a little bit, this one's a resin. These are just the plastic. So they're a little lighter weight and not quite as heavy. So, and not as fragile. This guy is definitely fragile. I've already broke mine. You can see I've broke my little feather off. So the cool thing about these guys is if you drop them, they don't break. Whereas these are definitely more fragile. So a little more durable with shipping and, you know. I do recommend though that you guys glue these in. If you plan on having them on a wall, or even like if you decide to do a heavy duty magnet, these would be really cool magnets, I think, on a fridge to make your little mini museum. But of course, I originally created them to sit on your bookshelf, and it shows like each individual book that you read as part of our subscription. So yeah, let's get started. So you can see we've got the illustration on the back. And then I had that other little card that you cut out and you can glue onto the back of your frame to talk about what the illustrator, like one of the old illustrators that I tried to find as many originals like to the actual book. Like Dr. Jekyll does not have an original illustration. This is one of the really the first movie actually created, silent movie for Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. Anyway, okay, so let's get started. Let me get this out of the way. And then that's the other thing, if you wanted to glue these together so they're not moving in and out. But the cool thing is you can always like change the way your little mini museum looks. So, sorry, I'm throwing you guys out of focus. Okay, so let me grab my guy. There's my original. And let me scroll in again and get him so you guys can see. Okay. I am just going to grab, so these are, I only did 2 colors with this, which is pretty cool. So I'm just going to grab a flat brush. I've got my angled one here. It doesn't have to be an angled one. It just flat. Really, actually, any brush would probably work. So I've got my burnt umber here, right? Burnt umber? No, burnt sienna. Burnt sander. I don't know why I can't remember that. And then I've got my dark brown here, right? Those are the only 2 colors we will be using. So this is actually a pretty quick little video. You are going to put this on pretty thick. Now, the biggest tip is you want to let it dry before you do the next step, because otherwise you'll be taking some of the paint off with it, and that's not what we want to do. But and it is okay if some of the gray underneath shows through, so do not worry. I'm not going to completely cover this right now, so you guys can just get, it's the same step all the way around. And then just get your brush down in those little creases. It's amazing the things we can make now with technology, isn't it? So cool. You can make this with a machine, a sculpture. So amazing. All right. So you can see I've got my holding my fingers there. I'm gonna grab my heat gun. So we can speed this process up. You guys can see here in just a minute. If you guys do have one, like a heat gun or a hair dryer, you can definitely make this go faster, or you can just let it sit and dry. I don't have patience for that. So I'll set him there. I'm gonna grab my heat gun. These things are awesome. They're super inexpensive. I forgot how close the camera was. So you can see, I'm gonna hit this really quick. Ignore my arm, I'm sorry. I'm going to scroll back out a second. There we go. Get paint all over me. Now I would recommend probably doing 2 coats if you want it to coat really well. The original, I actually don't think I did that on. There's some of the gray that peeks through, and I liked it, but that's up to you. So you can see, let me pull it up. You can see some of the gray peeking through. I sort of think it looks neat. Looks more like an actual sculpture. Like stone or something. Clay, maybe. That's more what it reminds me of, clay. The colors. The gray with the burnt sienna, and then the dark brown. That's burnt umber, isn't it? Maybe that's where I'm getting it. Is that the color? Or just umber? I don't know. I can't get my paint colors. I need to like make a list of them and look at them when I'm talking about it. Anyway, the reddish brown, the auburn color, and the dark brown. Okay, so that's good enough for now. He's not as dry as I would recommend, but he's pretty dry. You can see. Okay. Alright, so now I'm going to pull my palette back over, and we're just going to use the dark brown. Okay. And I've got water on my brush, and it's pretty watered down actually. Let me pull this up so you guys can see. And we're just coating everything. You want to definitely get it down in the creases. And it doesn't have to be, like, we want more of a wash this time, right? Oh, and I forgot, you do need like a paper towel for this. Okay. Okay, so then at this point, you take your paper towel and you can dab. So see how the gray is coming through? That is because I didn't let it dry enough, just FYI. So it's like pulling the paint off just because it's not quite dry. You can prime it too, that would help. Probably keep the paint on there, but it's just still a little sticky. Let me see if I can get it into focus. It actually looks really cool like that though. I don't mind it. That's how I left my other, but that is up to you. So I'm going to get a little more of the dark down in this area. You could even do, I'm going to grab a little bit of black. If you wanted to do that. Yeah, there we go. Get some of that black down in there. That'll really make that detail pop. All right, let me show you. And then you dab. Ooh, yeah, look at that. Okay, so black, the dark brown. Yeah. Anyway, let me see if I can get it to focus. So you can see all the detail, the jewelry. Look, so I'm peeling that off there. Bad me. I did not let it dry enough. Let me grab some more of that paint. You can touch it up afterwards too. So like this I feel like is too much gray showing, right? So I am going to put a little bit more of my auburn back on there. And you can hit the high points anyway, because that's where we want the auburn color, right? The high points. We want that dark to show up. So we're like antiquing it basically. We want that dark to show up in the crevices. focus again. Okay, so that is the technique, and then you just dab off the dark off the high points. But the trick is just letting it dry between layers. That is the most important part. So you can see. And then right here in his eyes, you definitely want some shade in there. So you can see all the little detail. All right, so let me pull my other one back over. It's a little bit easier to see because it's not still damp. So see how you can see all the detail of the necklaces. See, this is hard to see because it's still shiny. And the hair and the face. Even like up here with the hair, you're just able to see all the little details of it once it's antiqued. So that's it. I did the 3 colors. I do believe, yeah, I can see some of the black on there. You can see down there. So dark brown, the auburn, and the black. The only 3 colors we used on this, and it looks sort of like a clay terracotta bust almost. So cool. All right. I'm excited to see what you guys do with your little mini museums, where you decide to place them, what you decide to do with them. I hope you love this piece. It's like such a fun little creative collectible, and I am excited to keep doing these. Like I said, next time, next quarter is my 1-year anniversary for this subscription, and I'm so honored to have had all of you in the subscription with me. And I hope you're having a great time with it. It's something you look forward to. This is going to be, you guys are going to get your other books that you've been with me with. So I'm going to go through and see how long you've been with me. And like, if you've been with me, all of them, you'll get all the books. So, and I'm going to give you your mini museum, your little shelf and everything. So you'll get these back pieces, and that's just as a thank you for being with me and taking the chance on this. And, just to show you guys I appreciate you, and finish your collection since you have done this. So I'm excited to send those out next quarter, and you guys can show me what you're doing with them. And then going forward, we will always have the mini museum, so you can just continue to build. All right, I'll see you guys soon.